I just bought this super low mileage Honda Acty and we got a box full of parts to do a bunch of stuff to this thing. We got a decent sized list of things to attack on this thing. We got the radio, the dash speedo, strap hooks, battery cover, cup holder, dash tray, and I got some new vintage JDM wheels. Let's check those out at the end of the video. Just to give you an idea of what the starting point is here, we have a super original, super low mileage, about 17,000 original miles Honda Acty. Super clean interior, blue. I don't know what that says on the back, but everything is just stock. It's boring, it's beat. I'll have to do an exhaust at some point there. Bed's in beautiful shape and I can't get enough of this blue color. I love it. And it is a 5-speed, 2-wheel drive model, but this thing cruises. For the first half of this video, all the parts are gonna be from a company called Odd Devices, all powder coated blue to color match the truck. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link down below for you guys. And we'll just kick this one off super simply. This is their dash tray. It basically just sits up here because these cars have no storage. Goes right there. I think I'm going to tape that down so I don't take it to the forehead later on. Now this is their bolt-in Odd Devices cup holder. It actually goes right underneath this here and bolts down into a factory spot with the seat belts. So you pop that off. And then it sneaks behind this plastic here. Come on. There we go. And the seatbelt bracket goes back over top of that. And the seatbelt's right back into place there too. Torque spec. And then this plastic piece can actually go right back onto this as if it never even happened. And I think this piece should really get some 3M tape in it because it's just gonna rattle like that, but I think it's pretty nice. Clears the e-brake. It's perfect. Next piece we have is this custom powder coated, I don't know what you call this, CNC machine piece of metal here to replace this nasty plastic thing and cover our battery. So we'll just pop that off right there. I think this is gonna change the whole look of the truck. It's gonna be really nice. Looks like this, I'm getting attacked by bugs right now. Looks like it goes like this. And then they have these little rubber grommets and hardware actually. It looks really nice on these. And I think this whole piece was only like $65. I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you guys think it's worth 65 bucks or if that's a ripoff. But I think it was worth it all day long. And that's done. Simple as that. Next thing up is these strap mounts, I guess you'd call them. The factory ones on the side are just no good. I don't know if they're supposed to go like this way or if I want big hook out here. I think it would look better if we did big hook out here instead of big hook. Know what I mean? Does that make sense? I can't make up my mind on that. I think we're gonna go like that, so that way I can get to this big hook. So again, custom hardware from them. I think they shorted me on this hardware though, because I am missing multiple bolts here. So I got one for each corner of the bed and I don't have that many bolts. But whatever, I might have just lost them in the garage too. So I think these are gonna make the truck so much more usable. And then you guys kind of get the idea on that. So for the next 3, I'm just gonna throw them on and we'll check out how that looks. So I just double checked my order. I shorted myself on these, so that's not his fault, but these look pretty good and they are sturdy. Again, it's just compared to this little hook thing, these are just gonna be that much better. And I got 2 more for the front, but for now, we just have these 2 back here. This ought to be good enough. And the next piece on the list is gonna be this guy right here. This is a glow pack for the gauge cluster, but super invasive. We're gonna have to rip all this out. So I'm basically gonna prep these and pull stuff out here, here, anywhere else I need to, show you the bolt locations, and then we'll pop it out and throw this guy in. And now all this is gonna seem a lot more complicated than it is, but it's basically just a bunch of hidden bolt holes, like behind all the air vents, behind some of these guys up here. And you're just gonna try to not break them, I guess, because they definitely want to break. It's a 30-year-old car now. And that gets us into a couple of locations of the bolt holes. And we're gonna do that on the whole dash. We'll pop it out. Another step before we do everything, you have to either tilt your steering wheel down, or it might just be easier to pop out the Honda logo. And then you're gonna have a 19mm bolt in there. You pop that out and it comes right off. And supposedly you don't need a steering wheel puller with this. You can just pop this off and, oh yeah, no puller needed. Now that you get your steering wheel off, you want to pop out any of these and they'll just pop right off nice and easy. Put those to the side so you don't lose them. And then there's going to be 5 screws for this bottom shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right over here. And then this comes out. And then you can pull your lighter setup, your stereo. It should just pull right out for you. And there's going to be plugs in here behind this guy, antenna and a plug in. There should be a plug behind this guy, and we can pop this cover out as well. Again, this plastic's like 30 years old, so I'm trying to use a little bit of patience with it so I don't have to buy anything new. But it's all relatively easy. And then there's going to be 3 screws in here that attach this dash face to this back air conditioning panel. I'm trying to keep all the screws kind of in one area where they go, so that way you remember, because there's quite a bit of things here to remember. So basically now we're exposed. We have 10mm bolts that all need to come out behind the clock plate over there. Down there there's a few. And then the whole dash should kind of just roll towards us where we could pluck a couple cables. This is where it gets a little freaky and kind of intimidating here. This whole thing. Oh, okay, so apparently I either messed up or you do have to move that little tunnel that was there on an AC truck. But if your truck isn't an AC truck, you won't have that. So now, I think this should just come most of the way out. And then you'll have to sneak back here and get the speedometer cable off and the power cable off of it as well. Keep your eyes on any other cables that we might have forgotten, because there is definitely a few things that get hung up here. You could use somebody with smaller hands or break it like that. These are weird style buttons. Very weird. But it's Honda, so we get away with kind of beating the truck up a bit. Oh yeah. That's gotta go up. And again, that's where it gets incredibly intimidating, because now you went from a nice driving truck to just a piece of junk. But now you can see most of those clips. That's for the speedo tack, that's for the speedometer cable, and then you have some AC components and some light components hanging around. But it's pretty simple overall, guys. Now we need a workbench to set this up, and the Acty is the workbench. So I think what we have to do is flip this guy. Oh, that doesn't sound good, guys. find out where that little clip just went. Basically, we need this. And how that comes out, I don't have the slightest idea. So we might have messed up. Online it said you had to pull the dash out, but I just popped this ring out here and we have the screws. We might have just wasted a lot of time. So yeah, guys, just pulled that clip out, and this thing could have just came through the face just by popping this ring off and 4 screws. Oh my God, that sucks. That sucks so much. So now after popping the screen off, breaking that, popping this guy off, I'm going to take off each one of these screws, and then I'm going to put the new overlay on top of that and try to get it nice where we need it. Then I think once those screws are out, we can kind of just slide over everything else. Do the same with these guys. All right, guys, I got to call it a night. It was a kind of a failure of a day, to be honest with you, but we did get this in here. It does look halfway decent, and we're just gonna try again tomorrow when we get a little more sunlight. So we're back. It is a new day, and we got a bunch of stuff done yesterday, even though we kind of screwed up with the dash, taking the whole thing out. Looked up a couple videos. I think my hand wouldn't have fit in the spot, so we're gonna call it good enough. But we got the strap hooks, the battery cover, cup holder, dash tray, new wheels, dash speedo, and radio today. So we're gonna finish up this dash speedo, hop to the radio at the same time, install the dash, and then do a little burnout with the new wheels. So just a quick little recap. We got this installed, and you can see a little bit through the side in there. And then now we're gonna pop this radio out. There's 2 screws right there. We're gonna pop this out while the dash is out. I think it'll just be a little easier. And then we're gonna throw in our new radio setup and install the dash. This is our new radio. Both of these, the dash and the radio, aren't from Odd Devices. These are actually from a company called Will Powered. So I believe this is just an Amazon DIN style radio, and he sends you a little wiring harness set up so that way it's plug and play. And the old one used to be able to tap into the back. The new one, because of these ports, can't do it. So it's just gonna be like any DIN style radio to install this thing. So we'll take this guy out of here. That doesn't fit terribly, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to see a bunch of metal on the side there. Bluetooth with a controller. I'm not really sure how one of these DIN stereos installs, so they send these little things. I'm guessing that's part of it. I'm just going to bend the tabs around it so that way I can pop it out nice and easy if I want to without screwing it into anything. Honestly, I think that'll be plenty. If it ends up not being, I'll just take it apart, redo the thing. But for what we're going for, I think that's perfect. Nice and sturdy. I wish they chose something a little different than this just ugly chrome, because the rest of the truck has no chrome, but at least I get a radio. Just as a heads up for anyone, you're not going to be able to see this very easily, but if you don't have a clock, the factory harness has it here. There's going to be blue tape wrapped around it, and that's your guy. It is marked in every truck with this blue tape. Makes it super easy to find if you know what you're looking for. Okay, so I think we're just going to go back in now. I'm going to try to keep these wires to this side here, and it's a lot easier if you have both of the doors open to fit this dash in without it fighting you so much. But it's still a little picky as to where it wants to be. And this AC unit gets caught up on basically every single thing. Probably don't want to do that either. And then you hook your speedo cable back up and your speedo, which, I mean, that's going to be really tight. If you have small hands, it might be a little easier. But that is going to be extremely tight. I think, there we go. Your brake fluid's right here too, it's kind of cool. You sneak your hand in there, it's going to be super hard to see. But you can get both of those plugs in, and we probably should do that hidden plug that we just found first. So on the new harness, it's the only plug that you have that looks like this. And I believe this is an on and off for this, or you just leave it on and it'll go based off the clock, and you can turn up the brightness or drop the brightness. One extra plug on this, not sure what it's for. I know they make a tack on the dash, so maybe that's just to quick connect that thing to a little power source for the light. Okay, so I just want to double check that everything is getting power here, so that's on. Jeez. Relax a little bit. Okay, that's on. Do we have power to this radio? We do have power to the radio. I see some zeros over there. All the lights seem to be working, and if we just turn on this light, oh, that is so sick. I mean, if you know what it looks like factory, that's 100 times better. You can actually see that. Let's try the adjuster too, if that's what that is anyways. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That looks so good. All right, so I'm just gonna put everything back together now. That honestly wasn't as terrible as it all seemed to be. I just got a little upset with it last night, but you guys made me happy. So we just gotta stick all these back in, pop them back in across the whole dash, and then we will start with the steering wheel. And getting the steering wheel on is gonna be exactly the way it came off. I took it off straight, so we're gonna try to get it fairly lined up there on the splines. Tap it down into place. And I'm sure there's a torque spec for this thing, and you're probably better off doing it by hand, but it was very tight on there. Pop our little Honda emblem. Boom. I think that's it, guys. We're gonna tuck these wires up after, and that's not fun stuff. Let's do a burnout. I wanna see if it can do it. We got the radio, we got the dash speed out. I'm gonna double check everything works when we hop in it. Let's add right now. Let's do a burnout. Let's see if it can do a burnout. So I'm gonna hop in, check if everything's good. We'll do the burnout, and then we'll show the new JDM wheels. Oy. Okay, so first startup. Starts right up. Blinkers are working. Running fine. See what we can get for a burn out of this thing. First gear, we're gonna rev it up. I hope we get something good out of this. Ready? 1, 2. That wasn't good enough. Let's really let it fly. Not bad, not bad. For the little guy. Everything's working. Looks good. We're looking good, we're running good. Let's throw the wheels on and end this video. Now, if you know vintage JDM wheels, you're gonna know these. These are NK Aeronautics. These are true directional, old school JDM wheels from the 80s, 90s-ish. And they are just as cool as it comes with the best that Amazon could give me. Let's just throw these guys on real quick. I'll do one for the camera, see if we like it, and then I'll throw the rest on. I'm gonna miss the little Acty rims. So these are a little bit bigger. That's like a 3-inch wide rim. This is like a 5.5 inch. Kept the same height so we don't mess with the mileage at all. And just give you a little more meat than what that original tire had. And of course, where are we? The cool factor of these wheels is off the chart. I only paid like $700 for these. Had a little issue with the eBay seller because he shipped them bad and it got a dent, but it is what it is at this point. I don't want to hear anything about chrome sockets on impacts. It's fine. Okay. I mean, that is just sweet. Comment down below what you guys think about these wheels. Before we take one more quick little look around the truck, make sure to like and subscribe if you like the channel. Next time we are going to be messing with the Firebird and the Camaro. And here's the Acty all done.